I came here to save you.
The fortress is taken.
It is over.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
You're my only hope.
We shall fight on the beaches.
There will be days when we lose faith.
We band of brothers.
But take heart. Look around. You're not in this fight alone.
I bid you stand! Men of the West!
Hey, everybody. This is Kayla with KingsAdvisors, and we're still waiting on our guest, but I figured I'd go ahead and start now. So obviously this is a Hogwarts Legacy review. And now that I think about it, I actually probably need to edit our opening to actually include some Harry Potter now that I'm kind of back into it. So the first thing I have to say about this game is it genuinely might be the best game that's come out in years. I generally could not sit here and tell you that something like Assassin's Creed Valhalla was better than this. Honestly, the only thing that I can think of that is better is Jedi Fallen Order. And yes, Heavy Holler, yes, finally we are live. I apologize for making everyone, including Dan, wait for so long. Like I said in the message, I was waiting for our guest, and our guest is just running late. He's been dealing with some stuff, but he will hopefully be popping on later. Hang on. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Been here for 1,000 years waiting. So I decided to do this live because I tried recording several different videos about this. I tried recording this video multiple times. And I just couldn't do it because for whatever reason, whether I was just stupid or didn't know how to phrase certain things, I don't know. It's very well possible that's the kind of thing that you need to do while you play the game or immediately following playing the game. Oh, I do. This is how I show love. But it's been a couple days since I've played, so I've just been a little too busy. But here we are. I have finished the game. A lot of y'all saw me finish the game on I want to say Monday. I think Monday was the day that I streamed for about 12 hours. And it was great. I think I said this that night, but I haven't played a game like that in a very long time. I haven't spent 12 hours playing a video game probably since college, maybe even since high school. And I've been out of high school for 10 years, I think. I think it's 10 years now. It'll be 10 in May, I guess. So I think the first thing is that says a lot about this game, that this game can make someone play like that. The second thing I want to say about this is there's so many facets to the Harry Potter world that what's up, X-Wing? That I think this game does a very good job of showing. And X-Wing knows that best of all because X-Wing has been playing it nonstop. I I was watching him play because I had managed to get ahead of him. And then I had to take a longer bit of a break than he did, and he got ahead of me. So I had to stop watching him until the other night when I was able to watch him beat the final boss. And I've got to say, of final bosses, it's a pretty good fight. Big fan of it. But that's neither here nor there. What I really want to go through is kind of go through the game and talk a little bit about pros and cons and some fun moments in the game. I've got to say, the coolest moment for me was picking my wand. And it was so cool because I kept going back and forth between this shape and one that, here, let me take off the wand handle. So I kept going back and forth between this shape and one that looked a little more like the Elder Wand. And it's funny because they have a classic, which is more like all the other ones that you saw in Harry Potter. And I didn't know about the wand handles. So I was like, well, the bottom of that wand does not look good, so I don't want it. And then I found out about the wand handles. Had I known about the wand handles, I probably would have picked that shape. But I really like this shape. You know, I went with Phoenix Feather, English Oak, good old English family. I named my guy Richard Sharp after the Bernard Cromwell Napoleonic hero novels. So I really wanted like a good moral character. And of course, this game doesn't have a morality system. So little bit of a ding there, I think. I think this game would have been better with a morality system. I think it would have been cooler if learning the unforgivable curses moved the needle in a bad direction. Using them moves it even further. You know, there needs to be something that kind of makes you not want to use these curses. If they're so bad, then make us not want to use them. And that's really the only kind of issue I have with the game, that there isn't a morality system. Yes, yeah, actually, I totally agree. Like I said, I would have picked the classic shape if I had known about the wand handles. But yeah, and I was going to pick that same shape as well, the one that looks kind of like the Elder One. Now, the other thing that I really like about kind of staying in this area of the gear, like the stuff what you wear, clothing, and all that. One of the things I really like is the clothing system is the same in I think it's Skyrim, where you pick whatever clothing you want, armor, etc., and then you can pick what it looks like. So if you unlock all the different items, you can pick your favorite look while still having the offensive, defensive pros of the better clothing, better armor. And that I just really like how that allows you to fully customize your character and all that sort of stuff. See, this is why I like having a co-host, because I can't really remember where I was going to go after this. So story-wise, obviously at the beginning of the story, you find out that this is all going to be during one of the Goblin rebellions. Apparently, there are a lot of them. So this is, I think, the latest one before Harry Potter. I'm sure someone could correct me on that if they want. But the So the bad guy is this goblin named Ranrock, and he has a, let's call him henchman, chief henchman, who's a wizard. And so they form this whole, oh, right, X-Wing, that would be awesome. So they form this whole unholy alliance, and they start looking for this ancient magic. So that's what this story is about. It's about ancient magic and not ancient dark magic. And meaning the Horcruxes. So you've got you start as a 5th year. So you're not now. What I mean by that is it's your first year at Hogwarts, but you're 15 or 14, depending however old you would be as a 5th year at Hogwarts. And so that's your first year at Hogwarts. I forget whether or not it's because you've just suddenly started showing magical prowess or what, but for whatever reason, you're a 5th year. And so you get handed this book after sorting and all that. And the sorting is actually quite fun as well, because you get to go in and you sit you sit down on the stool, and the sorting hat gets put on you, and you go through a couple questions. And I forget what the first question was about, but the second question, there are 4 answers, and each answer corresponds to a specific house. And then, of course, if you answer and you don't like the house you get, you can always press a button and pick whatever house you want. So that really is kind of a nice thing they added. And you can always link this to your Pottermore account. So going back to the whole book thing, you get this book from the deputy headmaster, who's a Weasley. And what's up, Rolo? I'm sorry. What's up, Wade? Rolo's who I'm waiting on. And so you get this book from Professor Weasley, who's the deputy headmaster, and it's supposed to kind of be your cheat sheet to catching up. And part of the game is filling the book with information, collecting sheets, a bunch of adventure discovery type things. And it's one of those, and in order to do it, you have to learn spells and go to class. And it really pushes you to explore and not just follow the path set by the main mission, which is a really good part of the game, allowing you to explore these things that we've only read or seen in the movies, like the Forbidden Forest, actually being able to go in and follow the centaurs around or find unicorns that aren't dead. And other ancient magical beasts. There's a magical beast component to this that is a very fun and entertaining way of getting supplies. So obviously, this being Harry Potter, there are potions and spells. And potions require you to have certain supplies in your inventory. Unicorn hair, and honestly, phoenix feathers. Beyond that, I can't really remember what any of the other animals are called. I didn't do a lot of the animal collecting, mostly because it's actually quite difficult depending on the animal you're trying to collect. So if you're trying to collect a smaller animal, squirrel size, let's call it, it's really just a matter of getting close to it and pulling out the knapsack, which is kind of like the thing that Newt Scamander has in Fantastic Beasts. And then you've got bigger creatures like thresholds, unicorns, and hippogriffs. And hippogriffs is cool because you can fly the hippogriffs. Another callback to the third movie. There's all these little callbacks to the movies that allow you to kind of live in that universe that we all kind of grew up loving, and without it kind of looking at you and going, hey, remember that. So that's an amazing little part of the game. Hippogriffs, yes, like Wade said in the chat, troll boogies. That's always fun. And the trolls are tough. They're really tough to kill. And so speaking of that, the combat, honestly, I thought the combat was going to be kind of boring. I know someone that said they thought that to cast a spell, you were going to have to draw a shape, kind of like you did in the Goblin and Fire game on the DS. If you wanted to cast a spell, you had to draw the little shape. And so luckily you only have to do that when you first learn the spell. And there are buttons to click and it's a whole thing. But it really adds to the magical learning of the game. So beyond that, you've got side missions that are really, really helpful to the game in general, because the main quest is actually quite difficult, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing when the main storyline can be difficult, because if you can just go out there and power through and sneak your way or tank through stuff without having to do side quests or level up or learn more stuff, then you wind up kind of with a hollow game. And speaking of that, we have a guest that's just arrived. Let me go ahead and put him in. X-Wing or Stash Rendar.
Bonjour, monsieur. Comment allez-vous?
Bonjour. So you've been playing this for quite a while.
Not nearly enough, my friend.
Not nearly enough. I turned it on. I turned my game on so that I could pull up the wand screen when I was talking about it. And I immediately thought, maybe I just don't do this tonight and just play a little bit.
Don't fall into the trap. Look, here's the problem: is like no streamers are talking about this game because we're way too busy freaking playing.
Yes. You know what I mean? It is so addicting to play.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous. And I've been listening to you. I was washing myself, and I was listening to you talk about this game. And yeah, I mean, everything that you touched on, like I want to continue talking about. Obviously, a big one for me is, wow, it's everything, man. I don't know. I mean, I was listening to, I think it was Valiant Renegade talking to Fat Steven about like, what is it that makes this game special? And they're trying to, Fat Steven's trying to describe it to somebody who's never played the game. Yeah. And they said, what is it like? Is the AI good? And blah, blah, blah. And Fat Steven said, it is truly a world unto itself.
It really is. And on the AI thing, they're great. Like every single battle. Yeah. Sometimes you'll get out of I think it was on one of your streams. You'll get out of class.
It was
and all the AI
class, and they're just walking circles around each other for
they're all like they're all like trying to walk into each other. It's like, okay, someone loaded in too late.
Look, there are some hiccups, but like, don't tell me it's not better than Skyrim.
Oh yeah, no, I when I first played Skyrim, which was admittedly only like 3 years ago.
What's up, John? What's up, T-Money?
Yes. How are all y'all doing? John, you need to know you need to tell me what drink we're supposed to be drinking for tomorrow.
I don't even know what a Hogwarts is. I don't know how
I think I
need to be here, but
we're not monetized, so I don't think it matters.
John, just pull your pants down and take a look. That's what a Hogwarts is.
Yes. But yeah, so I was very concerned how they were going to handle magic in this game, because
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the kind of thing where you'd have like 3 or 4 battles, and that's when you would do magic. And every other time you would just kind of be running around. Maybe you'd use Lumos or something like that, but it wouldn't be just walking into the forest. Yeah, just I that's how I thought it was going to be.
No.
And I am so happy it wasn't like that, because this is just
I mean, this is the same argument, not to bring it back to Star Wars, but that anybody would have an issue with a Star Wars game. I mean, what's lightsaber combat going to be like? What's using the Force going to be like? Is it just going to be dumb? And I think something that they did much better in this than they did in something like Jedi Fallen Order is that there were multiple different ways to combine multiple different powers in multiple different situations. There was a lot more freedom to use the magic however you wanted.
Yes.
As opposed to like a Jedi Fallen Order with like red rock, use pull, blue rock, use push. It's like,
yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. No, the, and what's so great is, so you've got and actually let me pull this up just because it'll kind of give people, it'll kind of help. So you've got all these spells, and yes, I've unlocked all the unforgivable curses, and I've used them all.
I didn't do freaking Avada Kedavra, and I hate myself for it.
Did you feel like, I'd be really bad to do this right now?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
My first character is supposed to be a good guy.
If you want to get it, just go to the Undercroft, and he'll teach it to you afterwards.
And apparently you can change the seasons on demand after you complete the game.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was watching another YouTuber talking about that, and I didn't get to the point where they talk about it, but yeah. What's up, Great Pilgrim?
So, hail, Pilgrim. So, you've got all these spells, and as you know, and some people who may be watching know, when you're facing bad guys, they'll pop up with Protego shields that correspond to these different colors, except for the blue, baby green, or throw up green, and green. And you're supposed to hit those enemies with a spell from that color to break their shields. But what's so great is when you progress far into the game, sometimes you don't have some of these spells on your wheel that that are readily available.
That's infuriating.
And but what's great is there's other ways to break through that. You don't have to luckily doing this actually pauses the game. So if you were in dire need of removing someone's shield, you could easily just press the side button and remap your spells,
or just yeet an unforgivable curse and call it good.
Yes. So up until the final mission, I actually had Imperio locked onto my thing, but then I thought, that guy used Avada Kedavra.
They sent an update because you used to be able to throw Imperio, at least on the PC. You could toss Imperio on a troll and then just beat the ever-loving crap out of him. Yeah. And then just throw Imperio again and beat the ever-loving crap out of him. It doesn't work anymore. Now you can't damage who you have Imperio.
No. Okay, so yes, you can, but they must be the only enemy around. So, yes, which is the issue you had the other night. He was not the only enemy in the circle. You had some other goblins around you.
So they enable friendly fire while you're Imperio. See,
so friendly fire is enabled if the friend is the only creature around.
That is good. See, that's the kind of stuff I love. You know what you didn't talk about enough?
What? Please.
The beasts.
No, I didn't, because you said you might be hopping in, and I figured, we'll let the Hufflepuff talk about the beasts.
Bro, give me a whole fucking game. Give me a whole game. Give me a whole game where all I do is like rescue beasts and fly around on a broom and raise different beasts. Like, you can make a whole ass Zoo Tycoon game
You really could.
like first person, where you travel from location to location, saving different beasts, fighting dark wizards and poachers that are trying to, grap horns and phoenixes and all kinds of different fantastic beasts. I would talk DLC.
If anyone knows anyone at Warner, get in contact with them, because X-Wing's just pitching a game right now.
Just call me. Yeah. That's it probably won't be season 1. I would like season 1 to have some Quidditch in it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm already begging for shit, and it's been out for a week and 3 days or something.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what's so great is, but prior to this, I think Fallen Order was my favorite game of the last, 7-8 years. And I've played Fallen Order.
How long ago did Skyrim come out?
932 years, something like that.
Okay, so it's been a while. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's
Todd
past
Howard's,
Skyrim, then I think
Todd Howard's released Skyrim like 80 times. So
yeah.
But I've only played Fallen Order once. I'm on another replay, but I started that replay like 5 months ago.
I mean, how much different can you really do though in a replay?
Exactly. This I will be replaying multiple times. And
you got to do all 4 houses, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll probably leave Hufflepuff to last because they have but it has the Azkaban mission. So
it is definitely the best.
It will be like the driving force to make me go do it.
I was shocked when I heard that, because I was like, there have been so many leaks when people were saying like, oh, there's stuff that we never even knew was in the game. And so I thought everybody went to Azkaban.
No,
and
I was so
only
excited.
Hufflepuff. Like, oh, that's the thing. And apparently Hufflepuff is the least chosen house, because we're kind of exclusive. We're pretty cool. You kind of have to not be a piece of shit to be a Hufflepuff. So a lot of people are not able to do it. But
you say that, but did you listen to any of those Hufflepuffs walking around the school?
Oh, they're the worst.
Oh, they're terrible.
We got the literal Urkel of Hogwarts. The guy's like, excuse me, I'm looking for my map page. You're like, fuck, I want to Avada this guy like immediately.
That's another thing. So
I don't claim him.
You can't use unforgivable curses unless you're in combat.
Can you
can
blame them? Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like a Hogwarts star system, like GTA? Like you Avada Kedavra a student, and you got 5 stars right off the bat? Like, no, that would be kind of cool though.
That'd be awesome. Weasley starts looking for you.
Bro, give me that in a DLC, okay? So like you throw an unforgivable curse and Aurors start coming after you.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be kind of dope. You could live on the run, and then you make like a stronghold in like northern Hogsfield somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. With the terrible devil snare around it. So that was such a cool thing. They added devil snare. And I hate it so much because it looks like giant snakes just all over the place.
Yeah,
and
devil
snare freaks me out.
And I was being so careful. Like I'd light up my Lumos and I would try to like wait until the devil snare moved away. Turns out if you have Lumos on, like they won't touch you.
Yeah.
So I wasted a lot of time walking very slowly.
And then there's some great parts that have fire things for you to light up to avoid the devil snare.
Yeah, there would be torches. Yeah, that
Thank you.
Light.
That's the word I was looking for.
Or braziers.
But yeah, let me ask you real quick. Out of 10, what would you give this? A lot of people were giving it like 8.9, 9.2.
The whole game?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, easily.
Oh, 100%.
Easily a 10.
Yeah, like no argument at all.
Yeah. The only anyone that's Dan's watched all my streams. Anyone that has watched any of my stream, you know that the only complaint I've had with anything has been quality of life stuff. That I've had no
very
complaint
minor
with
fixes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Quidditch.
Yeah, and Quidditch. Though I do actually like that they did address it in the game.
They had to.
Yeah, that they
you don't just make a Harry Potter game and don't put
Yeah.
Quidditch in it. You know what I mean? But after what I've seen, I have so much faith in these developers to do what they need to do right. that
Mhm.
like I'm like, girl, you take your time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be here.
Oh yeah.
I'll be being a Slytherin, and then I'm gonna go do my Gryffindor. Like, you take your time. I'm gonna be
Oh
here.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
when you're ready,
they
I'm
got
gonna come
time.
back.
That's what's so great. They know that they have as much time as they need to get whatever DLC that they have plans to do, because this is the most replayable game I've played in a decade.
Caleb, don't forget to
Yes.
bring up comments. Interact with your chat. You just scroll right over and just click on one of the comments, and it'll pull it up.
I probably should click on. Yeah, I think that's just because you won't. I think you said that because you want me to pull up this Gray Pilgrim one. We're just gonna avoid. Oh no, actually no. Sorry, that is 100% the reason they put Azkaban in the game for Hufflepuff.
I say, leave people out. Hufflepuff is literally one of the most underrated houses ever. First off, we're loyal, we're caring, and we love animals. That's like the three things that I need to know to be like, I'm for sure a Hufflepuff. Newt Scamander was a Hufflepuff.
Harry
And
Potter loved Hedwig.
we're the only house, Hufflepuff is the only house that has a built-in defense system to their common room entrance.
The kitchens.
No, it's not the kitchens. It's the wine cellar, you dip. So you go down into the cellar, and then if you don't do the correct thing, you get sprayed with vinegar.
What?
Mm-hmm.
In the game?
Well, I don't know if in the game, but
Oh.
yeah.
Someone
it's a real
someone
thing.
had said that in here, if you try to go down to the girls' dormitory in Gryffindor, there are knights that like block your way. But
Really?
I tried it. There were no knights.
That is so toxic. How dare
Isn't
those
it?
knights assume my gender identity?
Yes, John, it is 100% a grammar game. You must speak clearly and correctly.
Oh, Johnny.
You know,
Johnny.
it's Wingardium Leviosa, not Wingardium Leviosa.
I saw a couple like very well versed Harry Potter fanatics that were freaking out because you learn Levioso instead of Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
bitch, it's on the spell docket for later. Don't forget,
Yeah.
there's Levioso and Leviosa.
Yeah.
So don't forget
Now
that.
I was oh wow.
Someone who doesn't game, likes to crap on the franchise, and from watching streams alone, I'd give it a 7. But that's high praise.
Yeah, I'm impressed, Gray. And Mr. Gray Pilgrim here is while he's here, while X-Wing is here, Mr. Gray Pilgrim is the reason that I won a trivia question on a podcast of X-Wings. Because the day before, Gray Pilgrim informed me that John Williams scored the first 3 Harry Potter movies.
Yes.
Yes.
And the reason he didn't score Goblet of Fire was because
he had scheduling conflicts with Revenge of the Sith.
Isn't that wunderbar?
Yep. It's such a great little fact to know.
Yeah, and it's awesome to hear that John Williams loves Star Wars more than Harry Potter.
Yes.
But having said that, I wish he scored all of them.
Yeah, it would have been great. Though I've got to go back and watch them, but I'm relatively sure you hear some Star Wars music in some of the early Harry Potter movies.
Well, he's got a very signature sound, right?
Yes,
I mean, that's John.
Mm-hmm.
And I was almost a little disappointed. I was disappointed, but I was pleased. They added small stanzas of his music in the game. So you had the suggestion of his music.
Yes.
But it was original. So nobody ever got copyrighted when they were streaming it, which was fucking awesome. But yeah, you would hear, a stanza of 8 notes. It was like 2 bars, and you would hear that da 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 da.
Oh, well,
and
then
it would change to da 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 da.
Did you have you done the challenge yet where you have to hit the bells?
No.
There's a yes, Pilgrim, thank you very much. there's a treasure map where you have to go this place and hit the bells in the correct order. The correct bells do the da 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 da. I can't actually hum it, but
Hey,
it
am I
does
screaming loud, by the way? Because it changes when I go from Streamlabs to StreamYard.
no, you sound fine to me.
Oh, okay. Let me know,
Whether
chat.
or not it's scaring the but I'm already a very loud person, so if people are still here listening to me scream, then
Ooh, down. That's Star Wars talk. Never mind. We'll talk about that.
Let's see. What else haven't we talked about?
Well, we didn't spend enough time on the beasts, but
I tell you, so I missed a bunch of your streaming because you got ahead of me. And when I hopped back in, when I finally got ahead of you, you started in your room of requirement. And yes, everybody, you get to go to the room of requirement. You get to like make it your own, everything.
How dope was the mission when you get to walk through the room of requirement before it's yours?
Yes. That was pretty cool. And I keep sitting there going, oh, I wonder if we're gonna see a box that just kind of looks like it shouldn't be there, or oh wait, well, we probably wouldn't have because he wouldn't have put it there yet. Oh well. But yeah, that was really cool. I kept kind of hoping we'd go back to that because I had finally figured out how to get a treasure chest that was in there.
I would have to imagine too, if you're like a full blown Harry Potter nerd, how much shit that they snuck into that little tour that I completely missed. But if you're someone who's an absolute psychopath for Harry Potter, they're like, just like freaking out as you're walking through it, you know?
Well, 44 hours in, and it took the video from you for me to realize, oh, the little hourglasses for the house points are sitting there in the room just before the Great Hall.
And they don't move. I think it would have been cool if house points could have been incorporated. I think that'd be cool, but
-5 every time you use an unforgivable curse.
They did so much.
Yes.
Like, what else do you want, dude?
It really is. Like, it really does become, how much more can we put into this? And where do we draw that line? And obviously the line was drawn at Quidditch.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of many people, but at least we could still fly.
There are 2 files, if you look into the database of what's been downloaded, there are 2 files already labeled DLC.
So
that are open folders.
Quidditch. And well, hopefully if we get Quidditch, we get a little bit more than just Quidditch.
If I were Portkey, I would say it would be a Quidditch like world championship thing. So like you remember when they go on and they like Ireland faces like Belarus or whatever, Bulgaria. You could do like a Quidditch World Cup. That'd be a super dope.
You know what they should do. You know what they should do.
And then a Fantastic Beast DLC.
Nope. They should do a Triwizard tournament.
Oh, fuck, that'd be cool.
They should. We should be sitting there one day, and all of a sudden, we just see the Durmstrang boat come up out of the Forbidden Lake.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, try a wizard tournament would be sick. Because I mean, how many years do they go at Hogwarts? Is it 7?
Yeah. So I feel like technically everyone should see 2 Triwizard tournaments. Is it every 4 years?
I don't know. How does DLC work? So once you download the game and you've played the game, they keep support open for the game, right? So like as the game progresses and more people play it, what they'll release is this downloadable content that is like an extension of the game. Sometimes they make you pay for it, sometimes they don't. I would tend to think with the success of this, they would probably make it paid.
It's smashed records.
Yeah, they'll probably make it paid because they're like, we'll get most sweet ass cheddar. And for me personally, like I will pay the shit out of it. Yeah, because if you're gonna keep adding stuff, like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for it. This would be $100 game by the time I'm done with it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot more than that.
Yeah. So yeah, if they keep coming out with content, 100%. You know, they would, if they did a Tri-Wizard tournament though, they would have to create essentially like, you can already swim, but they haven't created like an underwater.
Well, no, those are just the things from that tournament. It could be other stuff.
Does it change?
Oh yeah.
That's
otherwise everyone would know what the stuff is. They just call their dad and say, "Hey, what was
What'd
the
you
stuff?"
do?
Yeah,
We went under the lake, had to like fight some kelpies, and then save one of our friends.
yeah. So they definitely change.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm thinking.
You put something in the Forbidden Forest, make the centaurs the bad guys in it.
Dude, I'm thinking instead of fighting a dragon, you like tape a golden snitch to a dragon's tail and you got to chase the thing on your broom and try to get it or some stupid like that. I don't know.
That honestly, there's so much stuff they could throw in there.
Ugh.
And Carl, I think you're partly right. So one of you can already go in and in the main menu.
That's pre-order content.
Well,
That's
there's a thing that says there's a thing that says additional content or something like that on the main menu, and if you click it, it it lists the Dark Arts pack. So
yeah, which was
that
not worth it. But the only reason I did it was for the early access.
Oh yeah,
it broke Twitch records before the game even released.
Mm-hmm. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, it's only the people that bought it early access that broke that record.
And it broke Twitch records. Yeah, that's insane. And they don't even have it's only next gen consoles and PC.
Yeah, so I'd love to
normal
see
consoles, which is like 80% of gamers right now.
Maybe not that high, but it's a good chunk. Yeah.
Console gamers, I should say. 80% of console gamers.
Yeah.
They're all pre
next
gen.
And then one of the really cool things they put in this that I really didn't touch at all was transfiguration. So you can transfigure just about anything in the room of requirement, but then there's transfiguration spells for combat because you get to fight anime guy. And you get to turn them back into their human selves if they turn into their wolf.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I only found out because of the combat trial things that you have to complete.
Bro, the Animagus is like the most annoying enemy in the game. If I didn't know, you could have just casted transfiguration on him and be like, "No, bitch, you're human." Oh my! I wish I knew that.
Because what's so annoying about them is they're human. You take them down a bit, they turn into an anime guy.
A wolf, usually. Yeah,
you destroy them. Then they turn back into a human with the little bit of health that you took them down. Yeah. And then they turn back into a full health wolf. And it's like, come on.
So frustrating. It's so frustrating.
But yes, that and what's again, I can't talk enough about how great the combat is because like I said, I think this is probably the third time I'll say this. I really wasn't sure that they were going to do a good job with it. I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit like Knights of the Old Republic where everyone was going to take turns almost. Yeah. And it blew away every expectation I had.
The only thing I don't like, I would say, is that they needed to up the damage of the basic spell more.
Yeah. So
because
after a while,
I've broken the trigger on my Xbox controller.
Yes,
because you're just like,
oh yeah. So after a while, you get to unlock these talent points, and there is a talent point for increasing your damage, but it doesn't do it by a lot. So most of the offensive upgrades are supposed to be done through your loom. You're supposed to add and upgrade your clothing. The problem is that you can at least early on, you can rank up so fast that it makes the clothing that you have obsolete.
Yeah, it's pretty irrelevant.
And
the other thing, you know what drives me
costs
nuts
a lot.
about the loom is that it doesn't really do a good job of specifically telling you what's equipped. And so if you have your costume is you've pressed X to change the appearance.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then you go to the loom and you look at what do I need to upgrade, but you don't really know what you have upgraded or equipped or what per se. That could use a little bit of smoothing out. So I think, the top line should be what you actually have equipped so that you know what to upgrade there. And then everything else should be at the bottom. I feel like the inventory and the gear stuff needs to be smoothed out just a little bit to be a little more artard friendly, because it was not friendly to me. And so what I usually did is I just sold everything and I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to play.
Yeah, no, that's the exact same thing I did. I just ran over to my loom to kind of show what you were talking about and just unlocked a bunch of new stuff in the room requirement.
What new stuff?
I don't know, that side room. Yeah, so this side room, which is so I just ran in here and unlocked a
this is where you put
amount
all
of space.
of your this is where you put all of your potions tables. This is where you put all
so
of
you were ingenious in doing. I didn't even think about. I only have one potions table.
Oh,
I got a bunch of Nittany plants.
Have you?
But yeah,
have you?
I only have
even
one
done a
potions
Thunderbrew
table.
yet?
Yeah, you have to,
dude. Thunderbrew it. No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. You have to. You have to use a Thunderbrew.
Yeah, you have to buy one and use it. No, you have.
Yeah.
Dude, brewing Thunderbrews is cheap as hell. Oh, look, yeah, there you go.
See, but I
that
did.
Thing.
I went. I had gone on a thing to spend to get a whole lot of money.
Did you know you can change every wall too? Like if you select one wall, you can change the whole beezy. Yeah.
Yep. And I've gone through and I've bought like all of the stuff.
I don't have any nearwhere that much stuff, but yeah, you can create a factory.
Yeah. Well, sort of. So you got to remember you're limited on how many of each thing you can plant.
Right.
So you only put 7 potions tables. But I mean, if you have 7 of these medium ones with 3 potion racks on it, I mean, come on.
Do you have all the rooms? Yeah, I guess you would have to have all the rooms.
Yeah. These ones
or vivariums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So the one up there, the one out there, that one,
the coastal
and then
vivarium.
That one. I think I've got a baby Thestral in here.
Yeah, Thestrals. You should put the Thestrals and the Toads in here.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, little baby Thestral.
I honestly, I kind of wish they had grown up.
So which ones did you like? What animals did you?
So I captured.
So you got a Thestral here.
Yeah, I actually think I have the Hippogriff in my bag.
Bro, set that boy free. What the hell?
But well, if I set him free, I can't fly him later.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I said Kaliga and Highwing I left here in this place. Because I just like to think that the wind is a little better here in the coastal vivarium. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I let Highwing and Kaliga out here, and then I bred them. And then if you go outside, you can still ride them.
Okay. So then let me drop this other Thestral Alf in this dark one, because let's be honest, that's where he wants to be.
And then same thing for your
thinking unicorns should go in here too. They live in the forbidden forest.
I know. I like the unicorns on the grassland though. They're horses.
Oh, that is well, there's grass there. But I agree with you. Okay. And then the really big guy, which is he as big?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then I
Yep,
think
and just
people will
drop
find
his
that.
ass in that main vivarium, and
Yeah.
every time you walk into the vivarium, he like screams and roars, and it is amazing.
Okay. See, I'm living. I have too many
So
species
open
in
up
here.
your beasts again.
Uh-huh.
So you see how you have a puffskein, a jabbernull, a mooncalf, 2 nifflers.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you would do is you'd only keep 1 male and 1 female. This is the arc, right? You can only have 1 male and 1 female of
Right.
each.
But I
So
already have 4 species in here.
okay, so you'll pull 1 puffskein, sell that off for money.
Move to inventory.
The mooncalf doesn't have a mate, so no point in being there. The jobberknoll doesn't have a mate, so no point in being there.
Yeah, but so they have to go into a different one because the Jabbernawl, you need their feathers to upgrade stuff.
So you could now add 8 nifflers if you wanted to. It's just the different types that you have to pay attention
Yeah.
to. So yeah, so if
There
you
we
let that
go.
go, bam, there's your boy.
There's the big dude. That was a fight.
Yeah, he was scary.
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that you can't mate
Ride a
grab
unicorn?
horns though.
Well, of course you can. There's only one of them.
Yeah. They need a female graphorn.
God, that's terrifying. He is terrifying.
Isn't he terrifying? If so, run out of your vivarium and then run back in and you'll hear him roar. It's like, oh shit. Did he do it?
Well, no, that was anticlimactic.
Oh, he didn't do it.
No.
Bummer.
Yeah. All right.
Usually he does it.
But yeah, I'm not really sure what. Now there is a level cap, so you're capped at going to 40. Hang on.
That's usually a good indication that you're going to get DLC.
Yes, it is. Let's see. John Graber says, "Sex talk, nipplers, and don't assume their pronouns." Yes. How dare you assume?
John Graber, get your Hogwarts out of the gutter, okay? It's a niffler, not a nippler.
And then totally a knockoff of the Narlatch from Clone Wars. I don't think I could tell you what the Narlatch looks like.
I'm going to go grab another beer. I'll be right back. I have to leave soon.
That's okay.
I'll be back momentarily.
Let's see. The Narlatch is he's the thing, the weird. Okay. I disagree, John, but okay. You still haven't told me what we're drinking tomorrow. But yeah. Does anyone, let me ask, does anyone have any questions about this game so far? Yeah, Pilgrim. Using knockoffs is on point for JK. What do you mean? She only has old wizard as the helper and guider and father figure to the orphan character. The orphan character only has a redheaded friend. I mean, I don't see where. Oh, Pepsi. Why would you mix it with Pepsi? But okay. I don't see how there are so many knockoffs. Actually, I was thinking about that the other day. I was rewatching them last week during work and playing when I finish. And there's a lot of knockoffs in the Harry Potter movies. Well, I guess in the books and then later in the movies. But yeah, so like I said, 10 out of 10. Cannot wait for the DLC. It's going to be amazing. I love how they did the gear. So actually, let me put this back on and just kind of explain it. So you get the normal kind of gear: hand wear, face wear, head wear, neck wear, cloaks and robes, and outfits. And obviously, they all come with their own defense and offense statistics. But hang on, I think I did. Let me put the handle back on my wand. Nice little up. Now let's go with a little bit of black and white.
Hello.
Ooh, scared me for a second. So I'm talking about the clothing and how there's a lot of choices beyond just having to pick what you the article of clothing. So obviously you've got a bunch of choices here. And as you can see, there's a single thing that I have that's better than what I'm currently wearing. But beyond that, you get to customize it with its own look. And a lot of these ones in collections you'll get from missions or completing challenges. And then these are the kind that you just find lying around. This is the other reason why I think there's definitely Quidditch coming. It's because there's Quidditch outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
did you get the actual Quidditch cloak that has the arm guards on it?
What is it? This one? No.
You haven't seen the Quidditch cloak?
I have not.
Okay, I'm going to show it to you. It's amazing.
I have athletic garb.
No, good sir. This is a Quidditch cloak. And listed as such. If my camera starts freaking out, just let me know.
Are you talking about this Quidditch captain's uniform?
Hold on. I don't have you pulled up here. Nope.
This?
Nope.
Oh. Okay, let's look at this.
But that plus what the cloak is would be c'est parfait.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably start getting glitchy here for a second.
Hopefully not. Oh, because you got to turn the game on.
Dude up. Yeah.
I honestly, I kind of figured you just had it on perpetually. And here are the mounts.
Do actually.
I'm not really? Kidding. I'm not sure who the last mount is.
Well, what's funny is when like a lot of people pay attention to what you're doing, they're like, "Oh, you're playing Hogwarts," and I'm like, "No, I'm at work." And they're like, "Well, Discord says you're playing it," and I'm like, "It's just open like 24/7." So whenever I get a break, I'm back in and I'm playing it.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of broom designs. This is the one that I currently have. The one that I used a lot kind of reminded me of the Firebird. I really like that. The Firebird, not Firebird, that's a car.
Phoenix?
No, what's the
that's a Firebird.
Yeah. What's the broom that he gets at the end of
the
3?
Nimbus 2000?
Nope, that's the first one.
Oh, what's the one he gets after that?
Yeah.
Firebolt?
Firebolt. Yeah, Accio Firebolt.
Yeah, I think it's a Firebolt. Yep. Okay, here. Let me show you the let me just
let me take mine off.
Let me just show you this.
Yeah, I want to see this. This looks fire spray.
Fire spray. No. Please no.
Barnabas is poor.
Hold on here. How do you, if you're using the mouse, F?
Oh, that's cool. How do you get that?
This is the Hufflepuff Quidditch cloak.
Have you come in first in all the
broom races? Yeah, that wasn't it though. I had it I had this early on.
Oh, I'm sure there's a Gryffindor one. I have not. I've only come in first in the first 2. The last one, there's just there's so many twists and turns that having the up and down on the right and just the direction on the left is really messing with me.
You can invert the flight controls.
Oh, the invert would be what I want. I need like.
You're talking. Yeah, you want it all on one stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That was the one thing I would say they could definitely change.
But once again, that's just a quality of life complaint.
Yeah, very, very easy.
What's your brooms look like?
Oh,
I got that one. You should buy the new. Wait, you got first place in the third race without the third upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I can do it then.
Yeah. No, I'm just I'm dangerous on a broom, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know,
it's so fun to.
I just thought this was the best broom, and they ruined it.
Yeah.
They ruined it.
Yes, I agree. I got it, and I was looking at it like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then I saw the
and then this one was
the
pretty
fuzzy
cool,
dice,
but this little vibrator thing,
and then the apples on the back. What?
The little vibrator thing moves. So like when you're going to fly, like the little knob like moves around and wiggles. I hate it. I hate it. So this is like my go-to broom. Yeah, it was really frustrating. This one too. This little knob moves.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's super gross and I don't like it.
Yes, Pilgrim, that is 100% the goal, especially because you can't 100% it without beating all four houses.
Yeah, I didn't have $7,000 to buy the last broom upgrade. Is it worth it?
Well, I didn't beat the I had to get it to beat the second race, so probably
got you.
But it doesn't really feel like you go much faster. Honestly, I think the upgrades only affect those bubbles.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, there's a market increase in meters per second. Definitely.
But I love coming up to a objective on the ground while I'm flying and like doing a sharp turn sweep into the objective and hopping off.
Yeah, you do the Black Hawk helicopter.
Oh, exactly.
Just
yeah.
Just land. You're like, yeah, I'm fucking really good at flying. That's why because I feel like if they really did do Quidditch in this game, it would be a steep learning curve.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's depending on what they made you, depending on whether or not you could pick any position. Like
you would have to, yeah. So you would make a full Quidditch team.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have a seeker, you'd have a what do they call?
You'd have a seeker, a keeper,
beaters,
2 beaters, and I think the rest are flyers.
I don't remember. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that one guy. So there's a seeker, a keeper, 2 beaters. The guy who's trying to teach Harry Potter how to
Wood, Oliver Wood.
Yeah.
So Real Wade says, so X-Wing is the Anakin on a broom. It explains it all. Best flyer.
Oh, yes, of course. Naturally.
This is where all the fun begins.
Yeah, I'd be a seeker for sure.
That's definitely what I would want to do. I'd want to be a seeker.
And
mostly because I think
not
it would
easy.
be,
and so you would have people who would you'd have open leaderboards, multiplayer leaderboards to see
that'd be
who's
really
the best
cool.
seeker, and you could have a full legit Madden NFL 2025 there's a seeker, this dude in Dubai is one of the gnarliest seekers ever, we want him on our team.
It really would be a very cool. Now they definitely need to make sure it's single player first. So
you have to have
you code it for single player, and then than coded for multiplayer, because that would be a really cool addition to the game, a multiplayer aspect with Quidditch.
I want it.
And then I loved the introduction to dueling. Honestly, the little side games.
Club.
Yeah. Well, first off, I said this on the stream. There are a lot of innuendos in Cross Wands Club. A lot of them. Pilgrim, I might. So Great Pilgrim asks if I, or maybe you, will stream the playthrough of our other houses. I might, but I definitely won't stream like I did with Gryffindor.
Yeah, same. I'll do my dark playthrough. I'll probably do lunchtime streams more than likely. I don't know that I'll do 4-hour nighttime streams.
Did you do 4-hour nighttime streams?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I feel like every stream I saw of yours only went like an hour and a half.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. No, but I need to get back to like my main YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So like I've completely abandoned it over the past like week and a half. I haven't touched my main. I think I did one stream. I haven't put a single video out. So. People are like, "What do you think about Star Wars?" I'm like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
What's Star Wars?
I'm a wizard now.
Yo,
this
wizard stash. Yo, wizard.
Yeah. So.
But yeah,
I got a boot scoot. I'm gonna go have dinner with the missus. Spend some time.
Cool.
Hopefully, actually no. Tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep,
for
on
the Star Wars We Love.
State of Star. Oh yeah, sorry, that's what it is. It's Star Wars We Love. It's A New Hope.
New Hope.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tomorrow morning.
It's gonna be a very important one. So I'll see you there for that one, and then hopefully we can do a late night on Saturday. If we don't, I apologize, but I'm golfing on Monday. And that's all I can think about right now. I love you guys.
And Hogwarts.
Have a wonderful
Thank
night.
you so much for coming on next one.
Dude, thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been great. I haven't really been able to like sit down and talk about it.
Oh yeah, well that's one of the other reasons I decided to actually do this live, because I was like, oh, it'd be so much better to just talk to people about this.
Yeah, it's good. So more conversations to be had, plenty more gameplay to be seen. So I'll see you guys later.
100%.
Thank you so much for hopping on. We'll see you. Love you. Chicka chicka chow.
Adios. Real Wade had a question about my opinion on the dark curses. So let me ask you, are you talking about like the efficacy of using them, or are you just talking about like the reload time and their powerfulness and stuff like that? So the efficacy of them, using them, should you use them, stuff like that. There's no morality system in the game. I said earlier, that's the only thing I would have changed. So use them. They're very helpful, especially if they're like, there are certain times where you got to fight like 3 trolls and 7 goblins and a couple of humans, wizards, witches. Imperio is incredibly helpful with that. Crucio isn't really helpful in the game, at least for me. Like, I didn't find it helpful. There were other spells that I thought were better than Crucio. Avada Kedavra is incredibly helpful. It is an automatic kill no matter who you're facing, except for the final boss. Obviously, as it should be. You should have to fight the final boss. But yeah, so okay, our other guest is going to join us in just a couple minutes. The one that was supposed to be here an hour and a half ago. But all good. Everything's love. But yeah, so now the reload time. Each curse takes a different amount of time to reload. Crucio, I think, takes like 20 seconds. Then Imperio, I believe, takes about half a minute, and then Avada Kedavra takes a full minute and a half. And that kind of makes sense when you think about it. Obviously, in Harry Potter, it's, as many times as you want, no matter how much. Obviously, you have to actually mean it, but that's in of itself. The thing that's so good about it having a reload time, basically, is you shouldn't really be able to just go into a big old fight and just keep casting a Vada Kedavra, because that kind of removes the purpose behind the fighting. Beyond that, I don't really have a problem with them. I liked using them. Now, what is kind of funny is, even though there is not a morality system, there are comments made from people around you. So if you're on a quest with somebody, there are a bunch of quests that you have to go with people. And if you use an unforgivable curse, they comment on it. There was one girl that kept saying, "I really wish you wouldn't use that." Yeah. Well, Pilgrim, if you were watching, I tried. I got up there, got him within range, and tried to use it several times, and it just flat out didn't work. I think what I would have done in that case, if I was Portkey, I think I would have made it work, but I would have given you like a bad ending. Like, because they make a point of you seeing one of the keepers use Vada Kedavra. So I think I would have made that the bad ending, instead of the bad ending being keeping the magic. Oh, okay. Okay, Pilgrim. That's fine. You can always go back and watch it. It's only 11 and a half hours. Oh, that actually reminds me that the other quality of life issue I have is that in order to progress the game, you need to make sure you read your mail. You get owl mail, and you have to read that to progress the game. And if you don't, you end up doing what I did and just start flying around and finishing as many mini quests as you have, because you think that you're missing something. And you're not. You just haven't read your mail. Now I'm just sitting here trying to buy time, waiting for Rolo to get in. Sorry, I got distracted by something. So I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. Let's talk about the map. Let's talk about, yeah, right, forcing you to read mail. Let's talk about the map. And let me pull this up a little bit. So obviously this is Hogwarts right here. And what's so cool is that based off of the movies, we kind of have a incorrect view of Hogwarts. So there's something you do. All right, so here's the Great Hall. You got the Great Hall over here. And obviously, because this is where the first years land. They walk up and they go in the Great Hall and they get sorted. Wait, I haven't looked yet. I will in a little bit. But what's so cool is you've got the astronomy wing with all these classrooms. Professor Fig's Defense Against the Dark Arts, and let me travel there real quick so y'all can see this. Do 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 do. And it's got the staircase. That's one of the things I was looking forward to when I was playing this game. Going to these familiar places and them looking the same. And because we know that stuff changes at Hogwarts, but as far as we're led to believe it's only the grand staircase that moves. So it was really nice seeing different parts of Hogwarts be how we saw them in the movie. Like X-Wing said earlier, when the first time you go to the room of requirement, you're walking through it like it was in the 6th and the 7th movie. And then, of course, you've got the Quidditch field over here, and that looks the same, and that's really fun. But what's cool is just how big this map is. I mean, it takes a long time to fly from one end of this map to the other end, and it's kind of reminiscent of there used to be I think it was an achievement in Red Dead Redemption. Might have been both of them, but I think it was just the second one, where you had to go from like Blackwater all the way down to Mexico in a single day in time. And that's not something you could do in this. I don't think you could fly from one end to the other end in a single day in the game. And that's not because the flying is so slow. That's because the map is so big, and that's one of the things that lends this to being so good. You know, you've got all these little things. You got Merlin puzzles, which are trials Merlin the wizard left. You've got flue powder networks, which is how you fast travel around. The ancient magic, which is the kind of stuff behind the game. Then you zoom in a little bit more. Sorry, wrong button. Caves, towns. There's I've got to go pick that up for my field guide. There's spider layers, which are honestly kind of creepy. Like you need rings of power, fast travel. Yes. Yeah, exactly. There's seaside stuff. And so I was talking earlier, I think because they've already put the land masses in, I think there is going to be an expansion to include this land down here, these little islands. And this one right here. And then there's a little bit of stuff up here. So usually when a map already has detail in it that's based outside of the travel area, that stuff is for planned DLC. Sorry, guys. So that's my hope. My hope is that we get further adventures of all of our characters in these land masses that exist but just aren't basically unlockable, and that we get Quidditch. I think both would allow for this story to progress, and if done even half as well as Pilgrim, Merlin from the Arthurian legend. And what do you mean legend? Arthur exists. He's the once and future king. Didn't you see that show? That's another stream for another day. Well, unless he gets here in the next 20-ish seconds, we'll have to save our guest for another day because I actually have stuff I have to do now. So I guess we will see, because I'm kind of talked out almost. Thanks, Rolo. I will say, so one of the cool things about this is one of the really cool things about this is because obviously there's 4 houses. You get to do basically everything those houses do, minus go into their common rooms. So you get to go down to the dungeons. You get to go into the kitchens. You get to go through Ravenclaw Tower. You go to the trophy room in Ravenclaw Tower and all that. Ravenclaw Tower is this big one right here. See? Grand staircase. Now you click it, and yep, that should be the trophy room. Here's grand staircase. I thought it was Ravenclaw Tower. Oh, sorry. This is Ravenclaw Tower right here. That's the Grand Tower. Obviously, I'm an idiot. But that's the thing that's so cool about this is all these little finite details that they don't really need to do, but they did because they knew. What? What? Dan, that doesn't make any sense. You had a guest, a much cooler and better and handsomer and smells better guest. It's a really weird thing to say about X-Wing. How do you know how he smells? But yeah, so like I said, like X-Wing said, 10 out of 10 game, go buy it. If you don't have a next gen console, you could wait for it to come out on the on last gen, or you could upgrade like you should have years ago. No, I agree. Greg Pilgrim, details really do matter, and it's one of the reasons why so much stuff that we get today in the media sucks, because they don't put the time and the detail into the game or the TV show, like Rings of Power. So on that note, thank you everyone for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to follow us on Twitter at KingsAdvisors _.